I think they need to be knocking on the public health office's door every day. They need to get somebody that's a senator or a congressman or someone that represents them to push this through.
You got an easier question?
Sorry, I think the tough one's for last.
I don't know. We had a thing at the Weinberg Center I guess about a year ago, and there were some people from Camp Lejeune that were up here, and I spoke at length with one of the guys from Camp Lejeune, and I'll never forget his answer was, "Don't ever give up and don't ever quit trying." And I think as a community, a lot of it is perception to the community, and you just have to be diligent and just keep hitting at it. It does divide the community. I mean, it to begin with, a lot of the people in this community weren't here 30 years ago, so they don't understand what went on there and what potential hazards are still out there. And so for those people, they don't want anything to do with it. And then the group that really it affected, a lot of those people it affected terminally, so they're not there. So you have just a small group of us in the middle. And I think the last thing is you don't want to divide a community. You don't want the whole community to get the perception that this is a wasteland. You don't want to be there. The economical side of it. Dietrich's one of the largest employers in Frederick County, and 99% of the time they're a great neighbor. I mean, they do so much for the community, and they make this community better. But they've got this one little thing in the closet that we got to get it cleaned up. It's that simple.
I mean, I don't know. If I would have never had cancer, I probably wouldn't be looking at any of this. So it's hard to say from someone that gets to just live their life free of all of that, focus on all these fears and health dangers and get involved, because it's so time consuming. On the other hand, I think that anyone that's living any county near a Superfund site should push to have these basic things that I just stated in place, like a list of all the contaminants and a list of when they have found them in the water and a list of which homes. These homes don't even have to have a non-disclosure statement when they sell that they've had this. The real estate, it's kind of fuzzy where that law gets. You have to, if you have radon, there's been a lot of push, you have to have that written into a contract. We know that there's radon and blah, blah, blah. Not so for PCE or TCE, and there's vapor intrusion. And I don't know, it's hard to say get informed when it's not your issue, but the problem is people say everything causes cancer. Like you said, 1 in 3 people. Everything doesn't cause cancer. The chemicals that are just not biodegrading, because a lot of us live in these karst systems that are like capsules through these chemicals, and then this groundwater flow, the chemicals that we put into everything cause cancer, and the combinations of these chemicals and the gene markers that it turns on in our bodies, and then our children's gene, it's a whole process, and it's all interrelated. You can't separate, you can't piece it out.
It's just going to take a lot of perseverance, because we're up against, somebody who does have more resources and somebody that can reach more people. And it's going to be a fight that we got to keep fighting.
I would say this to the person who's going to endeavor to do this. Number one, Angie said it, perseverance. Number two, you need a leader. You need someone that's going to lead the group and be the voice for that group and show unity. I think that's critical. Number three, I believe in getting the politicians involved, because it's very critical that you get the city council, the mayor, the governor, state senators, etc. involved. Number four, you've got to have resources, because you are fighting strong entities, whatever they may be, trying to get a cancer cluster uncovered.